Race 2 at the Lausitzring, round 6 of DTM 2026, and for the first time a HRT Ford Racing Mustang on pole position. Arjun Maini, the Indian driver, leading the charge into turn 1. Matteo Cairoli in the Ferrari tucking into second place, and pole sitter from day 1 Nicky Tim third in the Come To You Racing Aston Martin. Finn Wiebelhaus also making a good start, having qualified in the top 6 in the second Mustang. He ran side by side through the opening corners in exchange with the Lamborghini Temerario of Luca Engsler. But an early safety car, and this was because of debris on the circuit. A replay from the start showing bits of bodywork flying off the TGI Grassa Lamborghini, driven by local driver Max Powell. It was a short period under safety car. The race quickly got back underway, and Arjun Maini led the charge once more. Nicky Tim showing his nose to Matteo Cairoli, but under braking into turn 1, he couldn't find a way through. Finn Wiebelhaus, meanwhile, holding on just behind to fourth place from Luca Engsler. Into the first of the 2 mandatory pit stops, and a slightly slow stop for the HRT squad, and Arjun Maini at 9.3 seconds meant his chance to move ahead of the Ferrari was lost. Matteo Cairoli just about staying ahead in the battle, which would go on for the entire race. Arjun Maini looking for his first win in the DTM, starting from pole position for the second time in his career. Further back, some great squabbles, much of them involving the championship leader coming into this race. Lucas Howes going side by side in his Mercedes with the race 1 winner, the first time winner in the DTM on Saturday, Ben Durr in the McLaren. Both of them scrapping for minor points, and running wide was the Austrian, which meant Jules Gounon in the other Mercedes came charging through. Up front, Cairoli started to build up a lead over Arjun Maini. Third and hunting down the Indian driver was the Dane Nicky Tim, and lucky not to win race 1 on Saturday due to the bad timing of the full course yellow. Almost into the back of the Porsche of Ricardo Feller was Jules Gounon. A problem with the brakes meant that he almost went off the road, lost time, he had a penalty to serve as well, and ultimately he would retire the car. A frustrating start to the season for the Frenchman. Lugiara continued to go on the attack, again racing side by side with Ben Durr. These two fighting for the championship lead, and this time the Austrian made it through, a circuit on which he's been a 4-time race winner. Back into the pit stops then, and the Come To You Racing squad with the Aston Martin of the Great Dane Nicky Tim. 11 years now as an Aston Martin factory driver, looking to get the first Aston Martin podium in the DTM Championship. He came out right on top of the Ford Mustang of Arjun Maini, but he would be able to stay ahead up into second place, therefore going into the closing stages of the race. For Maini, it was now about trying to hold on to that final spot on the podium. To do so, he'd have to battle his own teammate. Finn Wiebelhaus, the 19-year-old, went on the attack, and after a couple of laps of trying with this move, he got through into third place and on course for his first ever podium in the DTM in what's just his third weekend in the championship. The victory, though, going to Matteo Cairoli, the first driver of 2026 to win 2 races in a DTM season. He crossed the line just ahead of Nicky Tim, who'd been piling on the pressure for the last 4 or 5 laps of the race. He, though, got Aston Martin and Come To You Racing's first ever podium in the DTM, and Finn Wiebelhaus rounding out the top 3 with his first podium as well. Matteo Cairoli, then the Italian, soaking up the pressure. Huge temperatures to deal with in the car at over 65 degrees. No water, no air conditioning, but a fantastic effort. And this would put him into the championship lead. Matteo Cairoli then, the winner of round 6 of the championship, ahead of Nicky Tim and Finn Wiebelhaus. Arjun Maini just off the podium in 4th, and Mirko Bortolotti and Luca Engsler with good results in the Lamborghini Temerario, rounding out the top 6. The next round of the championship in 2 weeks' time comes from the street circuit of the Norrisring in Nuremberg. Could we get a 6th different race winner of the season? Who knows? The DTM once again continues to entertain.
Wir hatten uns ein bisschen mehr für ihn auch erhofft. Es ist am Ende